What will fall from the sky during the tribulation? Which animal is associated with the Antichrist? What will be poured out during the tribulation? Who will proclaim peace and safety during the tribulation? What color is the horse representing death? What event will mark the middle of the tribulation? What number is associated with the beast? Who will be deceived during this time? What will the Antichrist declare himself to be? What will the sun do during the tribulation? How will God's wrath be poured out during the tribulation? Who will have control over the world's economy during the tribulation? What will happen to many believers during the tribulation? What will happen to the moon during the tribulation? Where will the final battle take place? What will happen to Babylon during the tribulation? Who will deceive the people during the tribulation?
Archangel Michael is the leader of the archangels, is the commander of God's angels, the principal warrior in the eternal battle against the forces of evil. Michael is the embodiment of divine strength and righteousness. He is the warrior of light, represents divine justice, truth, and the unstoppable power of God against the forces of darkness. No evil can stand against him, for he fights with the authority of the Almighty. His name means, "Who is like God?"
Who will be judged during the tribulation? What will people do to survive during this time? What will happen to Israel during the tribulation? What are the 7 seals? Who will God send to prophecy during the tribulation? What will happen to the 2 witnesses? How will people react to the death of the 2 witnesses? What will happen to the people who take the mark of the beast? What is the final plague in the tribulation? Who will sit on the great white throne? What will happen to Satan after the tribulation? Who will Jesus come with at the end of the suffering? What will the 7 trumpets do during this time? What will happen to the waters during the tribulation? The war in heaven is between Archangel Michael and his angels defeating the dragon, the devil, and his fallen angels.
Armageddon is the earthly war after the tribulation, when Jesus returns to earth to fight the devil and his fallen angels.
Who will defeat the Antichrist at the end of the tribulation? What will the 4 horsemen bring? What is the Great Tribulation? Who will the dragon persecute during this time? Who will the world worship during the tribulation? What will the 144,000 do during the tribulation? Where will people hide during this time? What is the purpose of the tribulation? Who will be sealed with the seal of God? Who will pour out the 7 bowls of wrath? What will the false prophet deceive people with? Where will the beast come from? What will happen to the beast and the false prophet at the end? Who will bind Satan during the millennium? What will the nations do to Israel during the tribulation? What will people experience during the tribulation? What will happen to the mountains during this time? When Archangel Michael defeats the devil and thrown to earth, the devil torments a pregnant woman, who gives birth to a son. The son is taken by God and rules with an iron scepter. God gives the woman eagle wings and hides the woman from the dragon. Who will the kings of the earth give their power to during the tribulation? What will people do in response to God's judgments? How will the Antichrist gain control? What will happen to those who refuse the mark of the beast? What will happen to the world leaders during the tribulation? What will God provide for his people during the tribulation? What will the 7th seal bring? How will the world be divided during this time? What will the beast require during the tribulation? What will the 4th horse bring? What will happen to the cities during this time? Who will be saved out of the great tribulation? What will the locusts in the 5th trumpet do? Who will protect Israel during the tribulation? What will the first bowl of wrath cause? Who will speak great things and blasphemies during the tribulation? How will the wicked react to God's judgments? What will the 5th bowl of wrath bring? What will happen to the river Euphrates during the tribulation? Who will be cast into the lake of fire at the end of the tribulation? Who will the whole world follow during this time? Who will reign after the tribulation?